Hey everyone, welcome. It is 1 o'clock. We just got the closing bell on February 8th, and it's been kind of a boring session. We didn't really do much today except for chop sideways. Let's see what that looked like. Over here in our S&P, we're range bound just by two purple lines. Normally we span at least two, three, or four, but today we're just range bound and just went sideways. The same purple lines that we had yesterday. So really did not go anywhere. In the QQQ, we got a little bit more action. We did get initial surge upwards, then went sideways, came back down, and we just ended up a tiny bit above we closed a tiny bit above where we opened. So not anything really too exciting. We did have a number of stocks report earnings. There were some individual stocks that definitely moved, but overall in the indices, we just didn't go anywhere. However, it still does look like a nice positive upward movement, nice positive slope. And this compressed volatility inside one single bar, we're not going to read too much into it. It's sort of like this one, or actually more like this one, where it just got compressed a little bit, and then maybe we'll start tracing back. Maybe we'll keep on moving up. It does look like we're starting to feel a little bit of the effects of the first psychological resistance right here at around 500, and we're hesitating a little bit, but we'll see. Tomorrow it could easily be possible that it moves up and over that psychological resistance. For now, it's there, but also for now, we are moving very nicely upwards. We did bounce off of that EMA 20 or very close to the EMA 20 about 2 weeks ago. So we would expect this to continue its upward movement for another 1 or 2 weeks. And we may pull back to the EMA 8, but 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, maybe in the next couple days, trading days, pulling back to that EMA 8. But really, there's nothing to make us believe other than, yes, we are seeing a lot of factors that lead us to believe that a pullback or a correction might happen pretty soon. But for now, we don't have that. We're just up. We're still above the EMA 8. We're still trending upwards. And right now, we don't have a reason to believe that it's going to come back, at least not imminently, not tomorrow. In the next 1 to 2 weeks, yes. Tomorrow, no. There's nothing. We had a bond auction today, and you can see that we just closed where we opened, and bonds are down. That's not helping the stock market much. If we look intraday at the bond auction, you can see that right at 10 o'clock right here, we spiked way up, but then we traded right back down. So everything that was gained from the bond auction was completely undone in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So did that have an effect on our stocks? Let's see. Yeah, it started surging upward and then came back down. And then it started doing its own thing because bonds just really didn't do anything after that. So a lot of sideways movement in our overall indices. Individual stocks did get directional. So we really want to focus on those strongest stocks and the weakest stocks. The pairs trades or having a hedge on your portfolio is really a great idea right now because we are starting to feel like more and more that in the next 1 or 2 weeks we could have that pullback. For now, though, we're still leaning upwards and forwards. Let's see how our pairs trade from this morning did, at least intraday, which was Allstate and IVZ. Let's take a look at them individually first. ALL. So this was the strong stock in the financial sector that we expected to move upwards, and it did. It really went upwards, and then people started taking profits and traded back down, but we're still 2% above yesterday. That's still a nice little gap up right there and indicating some strength. The only thing that sort of concerns me about that is that it's starting to look parabolic. This could become a parabolic movement, sort of like this right here, and then it could pull back and then resume, or it could pull back and then keep pulling back. So I don't know. We don't know we won't know. And if we got really nice profits on this, it might be say, hey, let's pick a different pair. But for now, this is looking good. I would wait for at least another day. That would be a Friday. So maybe Monday, I might consider switching this pair up because it could just pull back to the EMA 8 and keep moving upwards. IVZ. IVZ was barely down. So on a sideways day in the markets, let's see what happened in XLF. The sector itself was down a little bit, and the weakest stock just went sideways, and the strongest stock went up. So our spread between the two did increase, and we should be making money. So let's see how that worked out for today. Option strat. Okay, and we can see that the IVZ put that we purchased did absolutely nothing today. It moved exactly 0%. And then the Allstate one made 23% today. So we're making money on this pair. We want to net these two together. We don't want to look at these individually. So net, we've made money here. If we allocated roughly the same dollar amount to both of these. So as a pair, they've returned about 12%, 11.5%. So that's great. That's great. And we might hang on to it. So if I decide to hang on to Allstate until Monday, we're going to hang on to IVZ until Monday. And if we start losing money in Allstate, start pulling back to that EMA 20, chances are IVZ will start to move downwards as well. And that'll offset that loss that we get, or at least relative loss. It won't be loss since the open of the trade, but it'd be loss from day to day. And we'll get that natural hedge because we're paired in this way. Okay, so not too much to talk about because we really just chopped sideways all day, no new information, and everything is still looking up, leaning to the upside. We want our portfolios leaning to the long side, and then hedging either with a pair or with a portfolio hedge. So I'm just going to leave it there today because we've talked about all these things for a really long time now, for a couple of weeks, and nothing has changed. The picture is the exact same. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and hopefully we get some more action and we have other things to talk about. See you guys later.